Everyone, hi. I'm not in my office because there's been a huge internet outage in my area, and this happened about 2 hours ago, and I phoned Virgin to complain, as I always do every time this happens, and they said it was an overall outage and there would be no internet for potentially till very late tonight. And so obviously I was very stressed because I'm supposed to be doing a nice baby shower and this is supposed to be a special broadcast, and I've told everyone to be here, but now, as you can see, I'm sat in my car trying to get signal to talk to you, so I'm not able to run my lesson as I wanted to. So I'm really upset that I spent all this time planning this baby shower and it's all gone wrong. But these things happen, so I thought I'd come here and just tell you what's going on. So sorry for being negative, sorry for coming on to deliver some bad news, but I thought rather than waste you being here, because I know some of you wait up specifically, I thought I would just deliver a few little nuggets of English for you, a few little tidbits, a little tiny lesson, and it's based around moaning. So I'm going to moan about Virgin. Virgin are my internet providers. They're the only providers that can provide fast internet for me in this area. I pay the biggest for the biggest subscription, so I get the best service, but they do not deliver on their promises to provide fast, uninterrupted internet. They make my life hard, so I moan. And I've written these words down here. Some of them you might not know. Oh, I've got, oh, and it's back to front. I thought it might be. Oh, that's annoying. So, I'd like you to write down the word moan. Give me a sentence using the word moan. It's a regular verb, I think. Yes, it is. I moan. In the past, I moaned. I am moaning. Continuous. Right now, I am moaning. I probably moaned yesterday about something. And tomorrow I will be moaning. Tomorrow I will moan about something else, I'm sure. So I'd like you to write a sentence using moan. So Stan, call me, says, I moan all day. I hope not. Okay, what else have we got? What time is there in the UK? At the moment it's 4 o'clock. This is the time I said to be here. Stop moaning, you beggar. I hope that's not aimed at me. He moaned with pain before losing consciousness. That's a great one, Eamon. Really good one. He moaned in pain. Let me die, he moaned. Fantastic. Okay, so moan. We know this word. There's another word that we can use, which is a fun word, and it's called whinge. Whinge. It has a strange spelling. W-H-I-N-G-E. If you can write this down for me. To whinge, it's like to moan, but I normally would use it for children. If they're kind of moaning without need, if it's unnecessary moaning, you'd say they're whinging. Or maybe a child would whinge. They go, just make silly moaning sounds. They are whinging. So when I was little, I was told a lot, stop whinging. So to whinge, W-H-I-N-G-E, to whinge. Okay, so just so we know, to be clear, the company, the brand Virgin, it's very different to the noun virgin. To be a virgin is very different to the company Virgin. So because it's a company, we don't need to say the Virgin. Okay, it's like Facebook. Facebook is the brand. We don't need to say the Facebook. We say Facebook. So you might say stop moaning about Facebook. Stop whinging about Virgin. Because it's a brand, not the noun, the thing. That is a virgin, someone who is untouched, pure. Okay, so whinge. Have you ever whinged about anything? I like the name whinge. Okay, so the next one is very similar, and it's to whine. To whine. So you whinge, and to whine. Now, to whine, it's almost exactly the same. It's to make a dull noise, whining. Oh, hello, Justin. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much. You've just sent me a $5 Australian dollar super chat. Thank you. All of Australia is moaning. We've just got our 5th Prime Minister in 5 years. Wow. Goodness me, that is a lot. That's a lot of Prime Ministers to go through. I haven't been keeping up with what's going on in Australia recently. It doesn't seem to come on the news. It seems to be all about America at the moment. Of course, Donald Trump. But thank you so much for your donation. That's very kind. So to whine and to whinge. So whine is the new one. Almost, it sounds like wine, but I think it's got an H in it. Can someone double check this for me? Because as my internet's down, I've not been able to double check it. But I think to whine is W-H-I-N-E. W-H-I-N-E. So if someone can just check that for me on Google, I'd be really, really appreciative. So Hisham has written wine. Hopefully it's right. I know many adults whose whinging, make sure you put an H in it, Edward, whinging is nothing more than burdensome moaning that accomplishes nothing positive to fix the whinging issues. Okay, I don't think the issues would be whinging, because issues don't whinge, issues don't make sound or have an opinion, but otherwise it's a good sentence. So we've got whinge, whine and moan. Yes, it is right. Thank you, Ama, for looking that up, and quite a few of you looked it up. Thank you so much. So stop whinging, stop whining, stop moaning. Another word we can use, I'm sure you all know, and this is very much a formal word, is to complain. So I wouldn't use whinge or whine in a formal environment. That's for at home. That's for talking to the kids or the dog. Sometimes your dog whines if it's making that. And Hisham has literally just written it. Dog makes some whine. So they don't make a whine. You don't make a complain. You complain. It's a verb. You do it. So dogs whine. Dogs moan. People complain. People whinge. So you don't need to say make. You don't add another vowel in there, verb in there. Okay, the wind is blowing through the car here. So complain, nice and easy. Have you made a complaint recently? Are you someone who likes to complain? I'm typically British in that a typical Brit, although we're not going into stereotypes, but typical Brits are known for being scared to complain. They would complain quietly under their breath and say, this food here is awful, I'm never coming to this restaurant again. And then when the waitress comes over and says, is everything all right with your food? We'll say, yes, it's lovely, thank you, because we're scared of complaining. We don't want to cause a fuss. There are lots of people, obviously, who aren't falling into that stereotype, but I am a stereotypical British girl, English girl. I do not like complaining or causing a fuss. So hello Strongwit, yes, another lesson from the back of my car, and thank you so much for your donation, that's very sweet. Yes, unfortunately internet issues, which is what's going on right here in the car once again until my internet's back on. But I do have some news, so stay with me until the end and I'll tell you what my news is, which hopefully will make a big difference to our future videos. So Marco said, I will complain if my food is not what I want. Of course. Good. You should complain and stand up for yourself. I will make a complaint to Virgin because this is not appropriate. So the last one is a very interesting, fun way of saying moan or complain, and this is to bellyache. I love this phrase, to bellyache. Now, this is slang, definitely slang. Your belly is your tummy. So this is my big pregnant belly right now. And if you have bellyache, it means you have pain in your stomach. So belly, again, it's a slang term for stomach. And if you have belly ache, you have a pain or an ache in your stomach. So if I eat too much food, which I often do, I might have a belly ache. It's also quite a childish phrase to say, I have belly ache. But If you use it in the context of moaning, then it's just a slang phrase for complain, and it can be very easily used for adults or children. Okay, so belly aching. So she was belly aching all the way home, and it's meaning to complain. It's like you're going, oh, my belly, but instead you're going, oh, I hate Virgin, they've let me down, and you're just complaining. And it sounds like you're complaining because you've got a pain in your stomach. Coco says, are you pregnant? Of course I am. I'm very nearly at the very end of my pregnancy, so I've only got a few weeks left, and I thought everyone knew by now. So yes, so there you have five ways of saying moaning. We have moan, whinge, whine, complain, and bellyache. To bellyache. Now, there's another phrase I want to introduce you to, and that's to let down. So I can say, I have been let down by, and you have to use by, Virgin, the company Virgin. Virgin have let me down. So to be let down by someone is to be disappointed by them. To have a company make a promise perhaps and then they don't deliver on that promise would be disappointing, and so I can say they have let me down. If you promise to meet me for a class, maybe it's a private class, just the two of us, and I've prepared the class, I'm waiting for you, and then you don't turn up, I could say you let me down. I was let down by you. So yeah, you can use it a few ways. You let me down, I let you down, he let me down, or I was let down by this person. Okay, so to be let down by. Yes, to fail to deliver. Thank you, Ray, that's really helpful. Okay, Thelma says congratulations on the baby. Thank you very much. He's not here yet, but thank you. I'm very excited about being a mummy. Okay, so there's a few other things I want to introduce you to, and then I'm gonna get out of the car. So 3 verbs. When I'm let down by someone or by a company, there's 3 ways I might feel. I might feel disappointed. Now, to disappoint, I want you to write a sentence using disappoint. It's a regular verb, so I could say, I am disappointed. I am disappointed, stating a fact. Overall, I am disappointed. I could say what I'm disappointed by saying they, talking about the company Virgin, they disappoint me. So I could just use it in its purest form. They disappoint me. But that seems like it's overall, in general, permanently they disappoint me. So if I want to say they disappoint me right at this moment, not always, but at this moment, then I would say they have disappointed me. So it's not so permanent, it's not so general. So we've got I am disappointed, they disappoint me, generally. They have disappointed me recently. Or I could say the situation is disappointing. So I could say it is disappointing. And so I guess the one that's most relevant for this situation is they have disappointed me. In the past, the service has been okay. At times, they have disappointed me. And right now, I am disappointed. It is disappointing. So I'd like you to write a sentence using a version of disappoint, please. Okay, lots of you saying very kind things. Thank you for being so kind to me, guys. Do appreciate it. I'm disappointed about this episode. It's not helpful. You don't need it's not helpful is what you'd say. If that's true and you don't find this helpful, then I do apologize. Not much I can do from the back of my car, but there you go. Valentina says, if I won't pass the C1 exam, I'll be definitely disappointed. Change your word order and say I'll definitely be. I'll definitely be disappointed. Okay? And if I don't rather than if I won't. Won't suggests more of a choice. I won't do it. I've chosen not to do it. I won't. If I don't, if I do not, it's just general. Okay? So if I don't pass my exam, I will definitely be disappointed. Let me see if I've got one more example of disappoint. Let me see. It's very hard to read the comments on this screen, guys. I do apologize. I'm disappointed from my new job. So I'm disappointed by. Yeah, it's like to be let down by. I'm disappointed by. Any of these verbs I'm going to use with you now. Actually, not all of them, actually. One of them is an irregular verb, and that's different. But these regular verbs that have this kind of meaning, we'd use by. I'm disappointed by. I'm annoyed by. I'm let down by. Okay, so we'd use by, not for. Okay, so disappoint. The other verb is to frustrate. Frustrate. It's a great word because it sounds like how it feels. Frustrate. Okay, frustrate. Lola says, I'm disappointed my toes, my ugly. That's a very funny sentence. I'm disappointed by my toes. Then you're adding on another clause, they are ugly, you might say. Or I'm disappointed by my ugly toes. So you can just make it all one clean sentence. I'm disappointed by my ugly toes. I'm sure you have beautiful toes. But frustrate is the next one, and frustrate is another regular verb. And so we could say, I am frustrated. Overall, general, I am frustrated. I could say, why? They frustrate me, in general. So if a person, every time I see them, makes me feel frustrated, I could say, he or she frustrates me. If it's just recently, not something that's general all the time, but something recently, I could say, they have frustrated me. Normally, we get on very well. I don't mind them. But recently, they have frustrated me. So Virgin has frustrated me. Okay? Okay, yeah, great. Okay, and then I've got it is frustrating. So you could talk about the general situation, continuous, it was, it continues to be, frustrating. It's frustrating. And then the final one is the verb anger. Now anger is an irregular verb, and so we can't use it in the same way. When it changes in different ways. So you'd say, I am angry. That's how I feel, I'm angry. Or we can use it in its pure form and say, they anger me. They anger me. Or if it's just recently, it's not something continuous, I could say, they have angered me recently. Usually we're fine, but recently they have angered me. Okay? And then, if I want to say the situation, it is. Normally with the other verbs I'd say it is disappointing, it is frustrating. What do we do with the verb anger? Anyone know? Anybody got any ideas? If we were following a regular verb pattern, we'd say it is angering. But that doesn't work, does it? Angering, as far as I know, is not a word. So I had a good think about it. I think, what would you do? I think you'd actually use a different word. So I could say, I could add on the word inducing. To induce something is to start something or to bring something on. So I could say, it is anger inducing, but that's a very strange way to say that it made you angry. So you'd usually say, it made me angry, or you'd use another word like, it is, Valentina says, annoying. Very good. It is annoying. It is infuriating. So you just have to find another verb that means anger to make you angry, like to infuriate, to annoy, and then you'd make it the continuous version. Okay. Can I spell which word? Can I spell infuriating? I've got infuriating. That's infuriating. You could, oh, that's a good phrase. Who just said that one? I think it's Muhammad Ali. You said, get on my nerves. That's a great one. If something's irritating, infuriating, anger-inducing, then you can say, it gets on my nerves. It gets on my nerves. It annoys me. Okay, so guys, I really do apologise for being in the back of my car again. I know you've probably found it annoying. It's probably bugged you, which is another word that's literally just been suggested by Mohammed. It's bugging. You can bug someone. That's to annoy someone. They bugged me. They bug me. I don't know why. They just bug me. They irritate me. That's a slang term. So yes, you probably found it infuriating, frustrating, but I felt it was the best thing to do to make sure that the baby shower, the proper lesson which I've planned for you, is delivered in the right way. Not with me getting arm-ache holding up my phone in the back of the car. Okay, so I'm going to wait till the internet's back on, and then I need to figure out the best time to go live for you. At the moment, you'll be happy to know that we've managed to secure a house. We bought a house. I say we, my partner has bought a house, a home for us to bring up our child. It's taken us a long time to find the right place, but we found somewhere finally, and we pick up the keys next week. And so between now, over now and the next few weeks, we're going to have a lot of work to do. Painting, decorating, finding the furniture, fixing any problems, changing everything over that needs to happen when you move house. Lots to do. And then the baby's going to arrive. So the next 6-7 weeks, well, to be fair, the next 8-9 weeks are going to be insane, really insane. So I'm going to check my diary and figure out when is the best time to do this baby shower, because baby showers have to happen before baby is born, really. So hopefully it can be next week, if I can find a good slot where I can give you my undivided attention. Okay, so what I'll do is I will announce it via my social media when I know exactly. I'll give you a few days notice so that you know. I'm not going to spring it on you. And as a way of apologising for not having the shower today, I will upload a new video tomorrow morning. Hopefully, if the internet comes on, please keep your fingers crossed for me. And that's what we say when you need something good to happen, when you need good luck. You'd say, please, wish me luck or keep your fingers crossed for me. Wish me the best. Okay, so keep your fingers crossed that my internet comes back and I can bring this. I've got a lesson recorded and ready for you, which I will give you tomorrow in the morning. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me here. Go and check out the video tab. I've released lots of videos recently. Make sure you've watched them. If you have some time and you want to have a look at an English lesson, go and have a look, see what's new. Don't forget to give this video a thumb up if you don't mind me being in the car, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, chaps, thank you so much. Lots of love from London. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. See you tomorrow with that new video. Fingers crossed.